One of the big pieces of advice that I have when monitoring and evaluating performance is focus on what really matters. Most businesses have a pretty small set of variables and things that really matter in the business. So for example, I'm in the cloud software business. In our business, it's about how many customers you're acquiring, how much they're paying you on average, how many are churning each year or leaving you each year, how many are expanding or upgrading what they're using, and how much does it cost to acquire a new customer. Those 5 things are really all that matters in a cloud software business. So if you focus on connecting whatever you're doing to those things in the business that really matter, you're going to get the attention of more people, you're going to get the attention of the senior executives. It's really important to remember that context is just as important as content. We also need to get to the numbers behind the numbers. Too often we get enamored with things like how much revenue did we do, or how much did something cost? And those numbers are important, but they tend to be lagging indicators. By the time you've figured out what the result is, your ability to impact or change them is gone. But really ask yourself, what are the leading indicators that we can impact today that will have an impact on those lagging indicators? And don't just stop there. Really drill down to the behaviors, the initiatives, the things that we're doing that can impact or change those leading indicators for the positive. And really getting down to the things that we can take action on today is critical when you're monitoring and evaluating performance. Let me provide an example. I was a founder of a company called Scribe. At Scribe, we integrated data between systems. We connected systems so that they shared information seamlessly. And one of the really key lagging indicators for our business was churn. How many customers would move off of our platform on an annual basis? And we had a good number, it was 5%. That's a really good number in the industry. And that was good to know and important to know. But when we really drilled down and looked at, well, what are the leading indicators that would show whether a customer was going to churn or not? That's when we found the real magic. What we found was that when we did a cohort analysis, and a cohort analysis took a number of customers that sort of had a certain common characteristic, and it analyzed them and looked at churn through that lens. And one of the things we used was a customer behavior for the cohort. And the behavior was, how many systems had they integrated together? If a customer had integrated 2 systems together, just connected one point to point, what we found was that they churned at a rate of 8%. But if they added a 3rd application to the mix, they were connecting 3 systems now, that churn dropped down to 2%. And customers that connected 4 or more applications with our platform did not churn. We had 0% churn. So what did that mean? We understood now what customer behavior impacted this really important metric. And then we could put initiatives in place that sought to impact their behavior. So we did things that incented and motivated customers to add that 3rd connection, that 4th connection. We had a dramatic improvement in our churn. So how do you know if you really have a behavioral focus in your performance monitoring? Does your sales leaderboard show number of sales calls or number of new leads created in addition to into the business close? Do you A/B test marketing messages to determine which one affects customer behavior in a positive way more than the other? Do you know and share with everyone the key usage metrics in your product that lead to the most customer stickiness? Do you track what features or capabilities of your product get the most use and customers get the most value from, and then lean in on those capabilities? Do your sales and customer success teams profile who your best customers are, and then look to use that data for your sales profiling in the future? So remember, focus on the leading indicators and the behaviors that you can impact today, which will lead to results in the future.